Shalom everyone again. Yes, it's the third day of Hanukkah. Hanukkah. Wow, the excitement is building to the 8th day, right? What lesson of truth do I want to drive home beginning this video? Consider the tens of thousands of Jews that were killed, that were butchered, tortured, that were murdered before the first branch of the menorah was lit in Judah Maccabees temple dedication ceremony in approximately 167 BCE, before common era. Think about what it took to be able to light one branch of the menorah. Back then it was 7 branches, one branch of the menorah in a dedicated, sanctified environment for the temple that was erected at that time. All the work, all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears, all the prayers, all the war, everything that went up to that. In Israel today, we won't even do that. We are afraid to take our menorah, our Hanukkah menorah, which is a counter opera essentially, it's not a true menorah, to take that lit menorah up on Temple Mount. We haul it to the kotel, we mount it with pride and everything else before the kotel, but we will not dare go beyond that wall, that Roman restraining wall, by the way, to the 40 acres of Temple Mount and put that menorah there, because we are afraid to do that. We are afraid, the same fear that Judah Maccabee did not have within him. Something interesting. I love archaeology, don't you? Don't you love ancient history? That's what we've been talking about. That's what Hanukkah is all about, is ancient history. You know, you go back 2,167 years ago. It's exciting. But I want to take you to about 135 CE, after Common Era. 135. When Jerusalem was completely destroyed and razed to the ground. Yes. The legacy of Judah Maccabee ended that day. The King Herod's temple was destroyed. Everything was destroyed, and the Jews were exiled all over the world in that time, or taken away and thrown in the arena for gladiator sports and everything else. If you have a nightmare, just imagine what the Jews went through during that time. It was destroyed. But there was a small group of Jews that were, by title, were historians, like Josephus, for instance. There was a rabbi by the name of Yohanan ben-Emmett. If I mispronounce that name, I'm sorry. He went to a Jewish base in the mountains, which was probably a cave, by the name of Jamnia. Yes, Jamnia. At least that's what history tells us. We're pretty sure about this. The reason why I bring this up, the Tanakh, or the Hebrew canon, was canonized. Those books in the Torah, and the minor prophets, and the history, and books of Daniel, and the books of Jeremiah, and so on, were canonized at some point. They were authorized and put together in a collection of items that became our Hebrew Bible today. All of which supposedly was supported from Hebrew manuscripts, except for the book of Daniel, which was mostly Aramaic. And that's where I'm getting at. The reason why the books of Maccabees were not put in this canon at that time were twofold. Timing, for one thing, political disputes between the Sadducees and Pharisees 2,000 years ago. Rabbi Yohanan didn't want to raise suspicions with the Roman Hadrian, emperor at that time, about a potential Jewish revolt again. So they were just secretly put away somewhere else. Plus, they were written in Greek. I think they were written in Greek, and there was no Hebrew manuscripts before they were translated into Greek. So they went into the Septuagint and the books of the Apocryphals. I just thought that was interesting. The books of Maccabees are taking greater interest today and theological yeshivas around the world. People are paying attention to what Judah Maccabee did, because we are looking for a Judah Maccabee today in Israel to clean up our dirty messes. God bless you. Shalom Aleichem. Be safe, be loving, be sweet to your families, because this is the day to celebrate good tidings before the Lord our God. Bye.